Yeah, today's topic is Scrum, Agile with Scrum. Scrum is a word which was taken from a rugby game. We also call it as American football, where what happens here is people they support each other to push the opposite team. Okay, so when I say they support each other, let's say there are 11 people in a group, a team. In that, let's say 3 or 4 people are weak. What happens? The remaining people will take their pain, correct? Their responsibility. Okay,
Yes.
so they don't feel that they are taking that, but they will try to push because opposite team will be pushing, like we used to play tug and rope game in childhood. If one person is strong from one side, that is enough. He used to pull everyone, correct? So the same logic applies here in this SDLC, in this Scrum. It's a framework basically. So here we will have sprints. Each sprint is one task. One task is known as one sprint. One task is one project. Let's assume one task, one project, one increment. Okay, like Gmail is one sprint, YouTube is one sprint, accounts option is one sprint, fund transfer is one sprint, because they are independent applications, right? Yeah, even their dependents are independent. The framework, the divide, the work you divide, a chunk of data is one sprint. Okay, so when I say sprint, yeah, when I say sprint, it's a quick run. A quick run is known
Yeah.
as sprint, like we see it generally. I mean, in the rugby, what happens is one fellow will pick the ball and make a quick run, pushing all other people, and he will make a goal, right? That is a sprint. Sprint is like 20 meter sprint, 200-meter sprint. We see in games, right? So it's a quick run. So that means 2 to 4 weeks of time. You finish the task in 2 to 4 weeks. That's it. That means not more than a month or a month time. Okay.
To
Now,
finish the whole task from
exactly. Yeah. Let's say
requirement gathering to the.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes, so
Yeah.
take an example of Gmail. When you're designing Gmail, let's say if it's an incremental model, it may take 6 months. Okay, it may take 6 months.
Mhm.
If it is the same Gmail, if you're following RAD, rapid application model, it may take 3 months, 2 to 3 months. Okay, so if you go with sprint, it will take only 1 month. So how it takes, we'll see now. First, no project manager. Okay, first let's see. We don't have any from the client side. Let me make it clear. We will have only one person, that is single point of contact with all that fellow as. That fellow is product owner. Product owner. So we don't have any
No
SM.
SMEs are involved.
No
Okay.
SMEs, exactly. No SMEs, TSMEs, and all this. Only one fellow. That means you are reducing time. That means business analyst or systems analyst, whomever it is, the complete team interact with only one fellow, that is product owner, one or two. That's it. Not like SME separate, DSME separate, TSME separate. We don't know what this product owner is doing and who is this fellow, what is his knowledge areas. We have no idea. Maybe he is talking to SMEs behind the screen. We have no idea. Understand? Maybe he may be talking to someone. We have don't have no idea. He is the only one fellow we have to communicate. One or two maximum. That's it. Right. So in this way, we save some time. Correct. Otherwise, what happens? BA will go and communicate with SME in some time. Okay, and that fellow may be from different location. Correct. Yes. Second point, no project manager. Exactly, we don't have a project managers. We will have Scrum Master. Who is a Scrum Master? Scrum Master is a coach to this rugby game. Okay, so we will have a Scrum Master. That's the reason we will have Scrum Master certifications. If you see, okay, Scrum Master means he's a manager only, but he's not at all a manager. Why? Because the responsibilities are completely different. Scrum Master is the one who motivate the team. Manager is the one who play politics. He's a political dramatic person. Okay, manager. Understand? He take care of many things. He take care of people. He take care of money. He take care of company. He take care of profits. He take care of loss. So many things. But Scrum Master is not at all related to cost and all this. Okay, he only bother about success, project success. Then who will take care of this cost and all this? Because as I said, most of the product-based companies follow this agile, right? Scrum. So that management will decide high levelly. The PMO or someone will decide high levelly that say this is the budget. Within this budget, we have to finish it. This is the time. Understand?
Yes.
Other case, if it's a service company, then project manager have to prepare a project sheet, then negotiations, then discussing with the client, then getting the project or not. So many stories. Lot of so here we don't spend time on all such things, and we don't want a manager. We need a coach. A coach is the one who sit with the team and work. Okay, right. Next, no team leaders. Yes, what happens if there is a team leader? I'll tell you. Let's say you are my team leader. What I'll do is, I know you're very good guy. I mean, you're personally you're very good. You're very sensitive. At the same time, you are very helpful, and you are gem. Like you have a lot of subject. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll do 50% of my work, and I will leave upon you because you're a good boy, right? You're a good person, right? You will understand my problem. I'll say some problem and I'll skip for the day. Remaining task you have to do. That is what team leader job is, right? Team leader, what happens to team leader? I'll tell you. Team leader is a person who will do remaining job, the pending job at the end of the day, and have to submit to project manager. If a team leader will go and tell to a manager that, hey manager, Mr. Sriram has not done, then the manager will ask the guy, what are you doing then? Why we are paying you? Why you are a team leader here? You make that fellow to work, or else you finish and give it to me. Correct? Don't tell me all these stories.
Mhm.
That is what manager says.
Mhm.
Correct? So
Yeah.
so in this, what is happening? I'm not saying that everything is done by team leader or everything must be done by developer. Responsibilities. I will be relaxing. I'll be looking at the watch every time. I'll be looking at the clock every time. Okay, when the 5 rings, when the 8 rings, when I will go out, when I can go with my friends and hang out. I'll be thinking in that way. I don't move myself. I don't motivate myself. I don't push myself to work hard. Okay, because I have a full confidence, 100% confidence that you will finish that. So I will be in the safe side. So that should not happen. Correct? In a game, if you see, in a game, let's take an example of cricket. Okay, if every player think that, of course, in a team there will be a batsman like five or six people, like three people, three batsmen are super, like they are top rankers. So do you think the other people think that, anyhow these people will do 200 runs? I will relax. No, right? It should not happen. So that is the reason there won't be any team leader concept. They remove the team leader so that every individual, individual will have a responsibility. Every individual is unique. Everyone has their own style. Everyone will get their importance. I mean, everyone will show their skill. Everyone will get a chance to grow. Correct? So that is what happens in game. So in one game, you see one fellow will be good. In another game, one fellow will be good. So that's the reason they remove team leader concept, so that everyone will feel that this is my responsibility. They will have a fear that, what happens if I didn't do this job? Maybe the project may fail. Because of me, the project may fail. Because of me, they may lose the game. Correct? That internal fear will be there. Otherwise, they will always think that my team leader is there, he will take care of that. He will do the job within
Yeah.
5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's easy for that fellow. So that should not happen. That is the reason they remove team leader concept. Okay? Right. So now, if there is no team leader, then who will follow, who will look into the task, like every day what is happening, correct, day-to-day activities, then who will inform to scrum master? Means scrum master himself or herself. Scrum master is the one who conduct a meeting known as daily stand-up meeting. Okay, and in this daily stand-up meeting, it happens every 24 hours, once in 24 hours. Okay, uh, and the scrum master will send an invitation, automatic invitation. Every day it goes like, let's say your office starts at 10:30, 10:45, the invitation will be on your desk. You have to attend this meeting. And why I'm calling it as daily stand up, people come together and stand in a line. They don't have time to sit and relax and discuss, so everyone will stand in a line, and scrum master will ask each and everyone three questions. What about yesterday's task? Second question, what you doing today? Let me finish this, then you can ask about. Then why didn't you finish yesterday's task? Okay, three questions. Now Scrum Master will open an Excel sheet or some type of a tool they use, where they can enter all the details, like what about yesterday's task, one by one. So now I say, like, I did ABC because yesterday I promised that I will do ABC. So today I finished that. Then what you are doing today? We will make a note. Scrum Master will make a note. I will do DEF. Okay. And if I say I didn't do ABC, why, what's the problem, what's the issue? Okay, so we don't have I mean, we are not here to discuss the problem and shout on that fellow. We don't do all these things because we don't have that much time. They simply, manager will ask, scrum master will ask, what is the problem, why didn't you do that? This is the reason, I didn't understand the requirement, I don't know the program, I am aware of this situation, I am aware of this point. No issues. Immediately scrum master will say, do anyone has bandwidth to do this task? Do anyone has bandwidth to do this task? What do you mean by bandwidth? Bandwidth is a word frequently we use in IT industry. It's a frequency, it's a knowledge, it's a time. So if anyone has
Mhm.
knowledge, if anyone has time to do this on knowledge and frequency, then someone can come out and say. If no one is coming out, people think in this way, why I have to help? Because I'm also getting the same salary, correct? Why? What if I'll get if I do this? It's a common. It happens. So that attitude is not
Mhm.
going to work here, because if you don't play, you will lose the game. The whole team will be in, because you have that knowledge, you have that stamina, you have the spirit to do that. If you have knowledge and if you're not doing that, means wantedly you are, correct. Wantedly you are trying to lose the game. So that should not happen. So immediately, if no one is coming out to do this task, the scrum master knows very well who knows what, right? He is a coach. He knows very well who knows what and what.
Yeah.
Immediately, scrum master will pull that fellow and say that, okay, you do this. If I say like, no, I don't, I'm very busy today. Okay, end of the day, you stay 1 more hour and you finish it off and go. Of course, appraisals, promotions, that's automatically, that comes with your work. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
A great one should have good attitude. And meanwhile, this fellow have to sit with this guy, and this fellow must learn what is this, what is that. So you are in. I mean, you have to help people. You should not feel that I am doing some favor, something like that. You should not feel in that way. Otherwise, you will lose the game. If you lose the game, what happens? Everyone will be knocked out of the company. Understand? It affects on the whole team. Something like a game. If you lose the game, what people say? India has lost the game. They say no one says that Tendulkar because of Sehwag lost the game. That is the second point. But
Mhm.
first is
Mhm.
India lost the game. That's it. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
That should not happen. So everyone will have that fear, and that fellow will feel guilty, like a person without having a knowledge. Also, if you're not playing, having a stamina also, if you're not playing, means end of the day you have to feel guilty. That is what happens end of the day. Okay, because that's a game. There is a chance of winning and losing, but this is not a game. You have to win end of the day. Understand? So it is not like one time I win, next time I lose. It's not like that. You have to win.
Yeah.
That's it. There is no other way. Otherwise,
Okay.
you will be out of the company. Simple. Right. Next. Yeah. What's your doubt? Try to ask something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we will have 3 meetings. First meeting is sprint. So don't worry. I mean, don't feel that I'm new to this job, and I may get fired. It's not like that. People will help you. That is what is Scrum. Even if you're a new guy, if you have less knowledge, also the other people will take that pain and they will try to help you, so that next time when your time comes, you have to prove yourself. That's it. So don't feel that because I don't have a real time knowledge, and once I join in a Scrum project, nothing happens. It happens with everyone. Okay, so they'll give you some chance. They will, because, and moreover, in this Scrum there are some rules. Like Scrum strictly says that all people should sit at one place. One place, yes, in a one big conference room, not like in a separate cabin or something like that. Everyone has to sit at one place in one big room. Everything is transparent. If you work in a Scrum for 2 years, that is equal to 6 years or 10 years of work you have worked on different projects, because you will learn everything from the scratch. Understand? Because beside your tester will be sitting, this side a developer will be sitting, and opposite to your tester will be sitting. So what happens? Those people will be discussing on a topic. You can listen directly. There will be a board. They will explain everything on a board. You can see what is happening in the testing. Some sessions will be going on internal, like project related, or any. You can listen everything. If you feel that you are feeling disturbed, you are getting disturbed, you can go out and you can sit in a separate cabin. Okay, and after that you can come out and you can sit with this team. This is look. It looks like a college. Okay, it looks like a It's a conference basically. That's it. It looks like a college. Everyone in a room. Some fellow crack a joke, and it's like a family. It's like a game. How people play a game on a ground. It's transparent. You can see how that other player is playing. Correct. With that, you will learn.
Yeah.
Simple. Otherwise, what happens? In other models, what happens? They will make you to sit in a separate cabins. There will be like
Mm-hmm.
even no one can see what you are doing on your computer. Your desktop will be inside the desk, and you'll be doing something. Correct. But that will not work here. It's everything is transparent here. And whenever
So.
you are free, yeah, whenever you are free, you can go and sit with a tester and you can learn testing. If it's your wish, no one will force you to do that. Let's say
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
now I have finished my requirement gathering, and now I am free. I don't have any work. Now I can go and sit beside with the tester, and I can see what is happening. If necessary, you can take some work and do. You are most welcome. You are most welcome to do any job in a sprint. I mean, I'm talking like you can't become a programmer. You can't learn a programming very easily. Even if you learn, also it's very good because tomorrow you will help someone. Correct.
Yeah.
Your scrum master
So.
always encourage you to go and sit with the tester,
Mm-hmm.
sit with the related, because testing, why I'm saying, because it's a functional part. So BA and QA, it's a little bit like it's easy to understand, like that, or a programmer will come and sit beside a tester and learn. No one will come to BA and ask what is happening, because technical person will never they never come out from the technology, and they never become a BA, because this is a communication area and that is a technical area. Okay, they don't match. Correct. Yeah, go ahead.
So scrums are best for freshers, we can say,
For
like we
everyone.
have studied earlier.
Hmm.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Like we have read that waterfall is good for freshers, but there is less learning there.
Hmm. Waterfall is like
So
restricted. You will learn only one thing. If you are
yeah.
programming. That is what
Mm-hmm.
happened with, see, in service companies. What happens is they will hire freshers, and
Yeah.
if they are looking for a Java, they will train Java, and the next project, if
Mm-hmm.
they are looking for .NET, again these people
Mm-hmm.
will undergo .NET training. Like that, they keep on providing training, and their subject also will be limited to that project only. Understand? So if you are using Java
Yeah.
only for one project, that's it. Next time they don't work on Java, they work on different technology. Every time it's a new. So it's a little bit difficult for them to. Of course, after 5 years or 6 years, they will become a expert, but initially they have to put a lot of effort. But here it's not like that. Everything is transparent. You can learn, you can help people. This is like a game, it's a live show. Like you can see what is
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
A new guy will come and he will do it 200 runs. How is that possible? Understanding
Mm-hmm.
cricket, a new fellow will come and he will do 200. A senior will do only 50 at that moment. That means because he's in a burning state, like he's like a burning blood, so that's why. So they want that. So for that fellow, these people will motivate him, and like that.
Yeah.
They will take freshers. It's good for everyone. Even fresher, if you are a fresher, it's very easy for you to learn all, because now you are free-minded. Like you are free-minded without
Yeah.
tensions on anything. You can directly learn. You can learn testing in 10 days, 15 days. You can learn development in 10 days, 15 days. Correct. So this is what happens. Scrum strictly says to sit at one place. Yes, and also Scrum says that there should not be any on-site and offshore opportunities. Sorry, offshore teams, on-site and offshore. Only on-site. That means only one location. I mean to say one location, but in reality, it won't happen. Why? Because already companies has established, like very big companies like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Walmart. They have invested crores of rupees and constructed their buildings, and 5,000 to 6,000 people are working. So how come they transport all these people to US, or how come they transport that company to US? It's not possible, right? They don't collapse here. They don't. So that's the reason. Still, people work from offshore. Okay, no issues. But what we do is we will work in US timings. We will work in client timings, not completely, but half of the day. Let's say my day starts like 12 to night 10 o'clock, or evening 4 o'clock to midnight 12 o'clock, like that. Okay, understand?
Okay.
Only 12.
Yes.
That's it. Not more than 11 is
Mm-hmm.
the max. 11, 11:30, 12. Because here 11:30 means for them, 11:30 p.m. means morning. It will be 11, 10 a.m. somewhere like that for them. It depends on the time zone. Correct. So either by that time they'll come to office, or they may join from home. and whatever you have done, you just show it to them, and the online people, on-site people, they will take care of the remaining things. It goes in that way. Yeah, this is what happens. Understand?
Yes.
Yes. And Scrum says that there must be only 9 people, because if everyone is going to US and work, then the cost affects. It affects on the cost. So that's the reason they say 9 people. But in reality, there may be 15 people also. Why? Because offshore
Nine
team.
people in a team.
Offshore team. In India, there will be 10.
Okay.
In US, there will be 5. So
Mhm.
10 people. Why? Because cheap labor, right?
Yeah.
Cheap labor. Yeah. So they can hire, so that easily they can finish the task in very fast, within 1 month.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Now we have 3 meetings here: sprint planning meeting, and the second one is sprint review meeting, and the third is sprint retrospective meeting. Now look at this sprint planning meeting. In sprint planning meeting, what happens is product owner explains the complete task. We call it as a backlog. Backlog means requirement. Bunch of requirements is a backlog. Let's say backlog is Gmail. Okay. So product owner, I told you, right? Who is a product owner? Who he is one and single point of contact who is responsible for this project. Yeah. So now this fellow,
Mhm.
he's the one who accept. He's the one who pay for the project. We don't know with whom he's communicating. He's just a point of contact, single point of contact. That's it. We don't bother, and we don't even ask the fellow with whom you are communicating, from where you are getting money. That is not none of our job. Correct. So he is from client side. That's it. So he will give a backlog, he or she, to Scrum team. Scrum team means, I told you, right? Players. Scrum team means,
Yes.
who are Scrum team? Let me write down here. Scrum team means all the combination, like developers, designers, testers, everyone, BA and everyone. So we don't call them like developer designer. We call them as Scrum team. Like, did you ever call a person? If
Yeah.
someone asks who is Tendulkar, someone, you ask an American who is a Tendulkar, he says, or you ask a British guy who is a Tendulkar, he is an Indian cricket player. That is the first answer.
Yeah.
Second answer is what he doing, what is he in cricket? I mean, which player? He is a batsman. That is the second point. But first is Indian cricket player. The same thing happens here. No one says that developer designer. We call them as players. We call them as Scrum team. Scrum team. Why we are calling? Because cross-functional team. Why cross-functional team? Going back to Tendulkar again. Okay. So he's a batsman. He
Mhm.
also take wickets, right? He also do
Yeah.
bowling, right? But he is a batsman.
Mhm.
No one says that he is a bowler, but he also took many wickets. So that is
Yes.
multiple skills, all rounders. People call it as, exactly, cross-functional team means all rounders. Exactly. How did he came? See, how did he know bowling? How did he practice? He only practiced batting, right? Means once he joined in the cricket, he learned by looking into other people. That's it.
Yes.
By looking into others, by looking into bowlers, because daily 8 hours. See, in office, you sit with the team daily 8 hours. Sit along with the team, and you go with them for a lunch, you go with them for the brunch, and whatever it is. So obviously, within 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you will understand everything. Oh, this is what, this is what, this is what, this is what. Because every time people keep on communicating this or that, right? So easily you can learn. That is what happens. That is the benefit of Scrum, the power of Scrum, right? So here you can see, um, product owner handovers or explains the complete project backlog and hand over the backlog to Scrum team. When I say Scrum team, everyone will be there, BA and everyone. So here, business analyst job is documenting, and the remaining people, they just listen. According to Scrum, according to Scrum rules, Scrum says that there is no scope for BA in Scrum. Understand? Because product owner directly is explaining requirements to Scrum team. But the point here is, if there is no BA, then who will document? Who will draw flowcharts? Who will prepare user stories? Huh? Then who will explain the requirement? Do you think if there is a 10 to 10 technical team, so do you think all the 10 technical team will go and communicate with the product owner? No, right? Someone should be there. That is a BA. Understand, Shobit? Hello?
Yes.
You're following me, right? So Scrum
Yes.
Scrum
Yes.
says no BA, no scope for a BA. But At the same time, the requirement says we need a BA for a Scrum. So rules are different in real time. The situations are different. So we have to change rules. Many times we break the rules. Okay. So BA is mandatory because without BA, who will document? Who will prepare all this? Who will analyze the requirements? Right. So product owner, this fellow high levelly he will tell. He don't tell like in detail each and every requirement, login page. He don't say all this. He say that I want a login page. Once you log in, this is what happens. This is what it does. This is how I can transfer money and all this. This is what is bank online banking do. That's it. He will say like this. So who will do in detail analysis means business analysis is mandatory. Exactly. So once the planning meeting is done, I mean, in the planning meeting, once the product owner handovers the backlog to Scrum team, now Scrum team, because we don't have a manager, right? Now Scrum team responsibility is to divide the work within them. They have to decide because we don't have a manager. If there is a project manager, then project manager will do WBS, means work breakdown structure, that BA this job, designer this job. But here, no manager, only Scrum master. That fellow is not a manager, he is a coach. So now what happens? Scrum team as a whole team, you have to decide. How will you decide before going onto the ground? You will say like, hey, you stand in the corner, you stand here, you stand to the left, you stand to the right. In the same way, if any disturbances, like let's say maybe because of ego, or maybe because of some people they don't want to stand in that corner, you understand? Maybe some internal issues will be there, correct, within a team. So at that time, the Scrum Master will come into the picture and he will try to resolve the things and try to motivate the team, and he will decide who will do what. End of the day, he will try to come out with a solution. You understand what I'm saying? Hmm?
Yes, yes.
Following me, right?
Yeah, right.
Next, sprint review meeting. Review meeting is like once you finish the project, now you people decide as a whole team what to do, you know how to do, and all this. And next is sprint review meeting. In the review meeting, what happens? You show the finished product to product owner. What are the project you have done? You just show it to your product owner. Okay. Now product owner will decide whether to accept it or not, or if any changes are needed. Yes, the changes are done, and at the end of the day, the project is finished. That's it. Okay. Now, as I told you, right, you people have to decide how to do that. Analysis, designing, development. You merge them, or you do one after the other, or whatever it is. It's your wish. That depends on the Scrum team. Mostly, we follow this workshop concepts, construction. You know, yesterday we discussed, right? Construction, transition.
Yes.
This only it goes, right? And the last is retrospective meeting is a silent writing. What do you mean by silent writing? Some serious decisions will be taken here, and also we call it as a party time. So when I say party time, let's see. Three questions will be raised here. What went well? Second, what went wrong? Third, where to improve? Okay. So what went well? Cheers. So we did here. Good, this is a very good job we have done. It's a cheers. What went wrong? Yeah, what went wrong? Because of this fellow, we lost it, or because of this fellow something went wrong, or the deliverables has pending something like that. Then firing and hiring activities takes place. Firing and hiring activities takes
Okay.
place here. That is what I said. Silent writing.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and
Who does this silent writing?
Scrum Master only. Scrum Master and Scrum
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Scrum team.
Okay.
I said Scrum team. Scrum Master.
Scrum team.
Yeah, Scrum team means all the people. It's a party time, right? In a party, they will sit and discuss. And if the fellow says you are good, then okay. Then they will take a decision internally, and
So,
on the next day they will tell to that fellow that I was.
so they are.
This is what
So
happens.
these members gonna blame each other on their face that you went wrong and
No,
you
no,
did
no,
this
no.
wrong.
It happens. It happens in India. It happens.
Okay.
It happens everywhere. Of course, I know that.
Okay.
That is a common human psychology in India, right? So you do
Right.
mistake also, you put on someone.
Yeah.
It happens. That's the reason Scrum Master will take a decision, considering the
Mhm.
things, and then and way to improve. Okay, I mean, if you want some more knowledge on any technology or anything, yes, any Internal trainings, yes. The Scrum Master will put a request to HR that our team needs some training on this particular knowledge, particular area, because the technologies we keep on moving. I mean to say, upgrading, right? It says a Scrum sprint, right? Next sprint we may use a different technology or maybe different methodology, or I mean to say, different tool. Let's say your computer is breaking down. Let's come out with a new hardware, right? So like this, server is down. Let's do something alternative. So like this, all the decisions are taken. This is all happens in the retrospective meeting, and make sure that in the next sprint it should not repeat again. That's it. Most of the time in Scrum, there will be contract jobs. Okay, so that's simply they will release the contract. That's it. They don't say that we are firing you and all this. They will simply say that this month is the last. In the same party, they will tell to cheers and say cheers to the guy who is leaving, and they will tell that. I mean, Scrum Master will tell before only that hey boss, we are releasing your contract. So this month ending we will have a party. So at least that time. Some people come, some people they don't come. Okay, so it happens in that way. But there will be a cake cutting end of the time and send off party. Huh? All parties in one time. Just kicking them and sending them out, and this simply says that send off party. That's it. The contract has released. So all the best. Good luck. That's it. Hmm?
So these IT companies throw them out in the form of a party.
Hmm. Of course, if you are not working, then what they will do? There are two things. If you are not working, you will know, right? You are not working. Then if you are clever enough, there are two options for you. One is try hard and survive. Otherwise, simply go to manager and say that I got another opportunity. That's it. You understand?
Yeah.
So you will leave the company in a royal way. If you say that I got an opportunity before you will understand. You will come to know what is happening, right? So nothing is you have done nothing. End of the day, you have done nothing. Then you will understand. So instead of waiting for his manager feedback, you can just raise your collar and say that, boss, I got a better opportunity with more package. So I want to leave this company. The manager also simply says that, yeah, good, good luck. Take care.
Okay.
If you're, I have seen many people. They don't do like that. They start bargaining. They start requesting manager. They say like, give
Mhm.
me one more opportunity. Don't do such things because
Mhm.
it's a peak time. Now it's over. The story hasn't. I mean, they have given you many opportunities. Almost like three times they have given you an opportunity. Still, you have not proved yourself. That means that is not inserting into your brain what you will do now. What you will do? It is out of the box. It's bouncing every time. So you try. No, when you take a decision, okay, I need a break. Chalo, leave the company and take a break and relax for some days. You'll be in a huge tension, right, at that situation if everyone is working and you're not working. So,
Mhm.
do you know in real time, some people they just walk away from the office. They just simply walk away. That's it. They don't intimate. They'll put their tag on the
Yeah.
desk and they will simply walk
Mhm.
away. I have seen many people. Even managers also run like that. One day we
Because they are
call.
so frustrated with work.
They don't know. Nothing is going inside the brain. It's frustrated of work or they are not understanding. There can be many reasons. Maybe some internal issues, maybe some family issues. Simply they will put
So
their tag and they will just walk away. Immediately
so
what
they
they will do? Hmm.
so they
Hmm.
so they go to home or so they go to Himalayas.
I don't know. They go to bar and sit.
Okay.
It happens. I have seen many people. One day we caught one guy. Actually, that fellow was running away. So
Mhm.
I went back and I told the security to hold. We called the security and
Mhm.
asked the fellow to stop. Then we put take him to a conference room and we talked to that guy. He started crying. He started crying and
Mhm.
saying, "I'm not understanding. I don't know. I put fake and something. It won't happen like some sensitive people, some sensitive depends on the
Mhm.
person. Some sensitive people will be there. They do like that, but not everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone will try to
Mhm.
survive because it's
Obviously.
an opportunity, so they don't want to miss it. Some people think that let's wait till the end. Let that fellow tell me
Mhm.
to get out. Till that time, I will say, at least I'll get salary. Huh?
Mhm.
They don't try to run away before. It depends.
Mhm.
Really, that is a good experience, because if you come across such situations, you will become more strong,
Mhm.
and you will know how to act in the next company. Huh?
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, it's always good to come out very early from the first company, because you will learn something that help you out. In the next company, you can go like a experienced guy, and talking about your
Mhm.
previous experiences. Like in that company, we did like this. In that company, we did like that. Even if you work for 1 month
Mhm.
or 3 months, also you can say so many things. We went to outing there. We went to, our manager is
Yeah.
like that. We our
Mhm.
client is this. Our domain is this. Our technology is this. So you can say a lot of things
Mhm.
about company. Okay.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So this is all about Scrum. Understand? You can
Yeah.
ask me if you have any doubts.
Scrum is very interesting topic.
This is very interesting. So you have to remember
Yeah.
all these points: three meetings: sprint planning meeting, review meeting, and retrospective meeting. And
Mhm.
you have to remember backlog. You have to remember product owner, Scrum team, daily stand-up meeting, and these three questions. And again in the retrospective meeting, these three questions. And no
Mhm.
team leaders, no managers, no SMEs. So you have to remember all this, and also sprint and Scrum. And sprint is 2 to 4 weeks long.
Mhm.
We have a theory for it, so don't worry. Uh,
Mhm.
we just go through the theory,
It's
and
over in the clock.
every sprint will have a goal. Okay, every sprint will have a goal.
Mhm.
So this is Scrum. We just go through this Agile with Scrum. It's a 2 to 4 weeks long
Okay.
planning meeting. The goal is to achieve. That's it. To finish the task. Sprint backlog will be there. Just go through this here. That's enough.
Okay.
Okay then. So see you on Monday.
Okay. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I have some work. No enjoy.
Okay. I thought you were going for that horse riding.
No, no, I'm not getting time. It's almost 3, 4 months, I think. I have to go. It's summer, right? It's very hot.
But that's very cool thing.
Uh, Evening or somewhere 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or else in the morning at 6 o'clock,
Mhm.
5 o'clock. That is the best time.
Yeah. But it's really good that you get time for all these things. You
Yeah, yeah.
make time for all these things.
I make time. I don't want
Yeah.
to stay,
Just
like idle. Uh, I'll get mad.